order to end the exclusion of deaf women to accessible service, Deaf Women Association of Nigeria held a National Deaf Women Summit at Abuja with the theme Breaking the Bias. The National President of Deaf Women Association of Nigeria, Mrs. Helen Bayoku Alase, said there is need to build the advocacy skills of deaf women in Nigeria so they can achieve the inclusiveness in all aspects, including governance.
There is need to build the advocacy skills of deaf women in Nigeria so they can collectively achieve the goal of inclusive healthcare service. Deaf women also need an inclusive environment for political participation so they can be part of the decision-making process. These and more will be vocal points of our tenure. As the saying goes, the journey of 1,000 miles begins with a step. We, the leaders and entire deaf women in Nigeria, have taken the first steps. We are willing and ready to go the whole mile. But we cannot walk alone. We need the collaboration of all relevant stakeholders.
Lawrence, the acting director of National Commission for Persons with Disability, called on all deaf women to learn sign languages well and not be discouraged in order to achieve their dreams.
If we work together with open hearts, we can achieve our dreams. Is there anything not possible? Deaf can do everything except hearing. But again, with our language, we can hear. So we must learn how to sign. Sign well, you'll be able to make what you're going through. If you're pregnant, going to the hospital, no interpreter. What, even at home, on the streets, problem everywhere. But don't you ever be discouraged.
Mrs. Charity Anaja, the keynote speaker, said the Disability Rights Act passed by President Muhammadu Buhari have not been fully implemented by various agencies.
The impact has been very, very little or none, meaning that there has really been no change. Well, we are grateful that that law has been passed, but I think that access to healthcare remains restricted, especially in the area of sexual and reproductive health. Now, for deaf women, this is a different case because you go to the hospital, you cannot express yourself properly if there is no interpreter in the hospital. And if you have to go with an interpreter, that means that you are taking care of two people in terms of transportation. What if on that day you are going to the hospital, you cannot afford the services of your interpreter?
The Director General of National Agency for Prohibition of Trafficking in Person, who was represented by Aliyu Asma'u, urged relevant stakeholders to play their role to stop gender-based violence and put an end to it.
Gender-based violence is a violation of human rights. As humanitarians, we have a collective responsibility to prevent and safely respond to cases of sexual abuse and exploitation. It is on this note that I urge all stakeholders to play their role in the safeguarding and protecting victims of gender-based violence and providing them access to justice.
Abosede Adepoju, G24 TV International News.